Hello, tonight our lesson is on adding and subtracting decimals. So let's start by asking this question, and write this in your notes. What must you remember to do so that you don't make a silly mistake? Go ahead and copy that, and then answer it. And then we'll see if you have it right. All right, so pause your video and then restart it when you're done answering. Okay, welcome back from pausing the video. Let's see what you wrote and if it was right. So, what must you do to remember to do so you don't make a silly mistake? You must line up the decimal points. So how many had that correct? Okay, good. Now look at the examples. So here we have on this side, on this side over here, this was not lined up correctly. 7 and 1/100 take away 6 and 3/10. See how the decimal points are not vertically aligned? They're offset. They should be right above one another so that the place values line up. So this would be incorrect. This, on the other hand, on the right side, this is done correctly. See how the decimal points are vertically aligned, and so when you do your subtraction, then you would have the place values in their proper place. All right, so always remember to line up your decimal points, and of course add a decimal point in your answer as well that's lined up with the numbers that you are adding or subtracting. All right, here we have two examples. Copy them down. 3 and 75/100 plus 2 and 8/10. And then the second one, 3 and 75/100, subtract 2 and 8/10. Go ahead and pause your video and do these by hand. Don't use a calculator. And then check your answers and see how you did. Welcome back from pausing the video. For number 1, let's line up our decimals. 3 and 75/100 plus 2 and 8/10. See how that's lined up correctly? Let's add a 0 placeholder. And let's put our decimal point down below for our answer. And now we'll just add up the place values. In the hundredths place, 5 plus 0 is 5. In the tenths place, 7 plus 8 is 15, so I'll put a 5 in the tenths place and carry the 1 over to the ones place. 1 plus 3 is 4, plus 2 is 6. So our answer is 6 and 55/100. So how'd you do? All right, now let's line up our decimal points again and subtract this time. 0 placeholder, decimal in the answer. So the hundredths place, 5 minus 0 is 5. Now in the tenths place, I can't take 8 from 7, so I'll borrow 1 from the ones and make 7 a 17, and then subtract. So 17 minus 8 is 9, and then 2 minus 2 is 0. So this comes out to be 95/100 for the answer. So how'd you do on that one? Okay, let's try some more. All right, copy these down, pause your video and work them out, then restart to check your answer. Welcome back from pausing the video. For number 3, let's line up our decimals. So 9 and 7/100 subtract 1 and 2/10. I'll put a 0 placeholder in the hundredths and my decimal point in the answer. Hundredths place, let's subtract 7 minus 0 is 7. In the tenths place, we can't take 2 from 0, so we're going to borrow 1 from the ones place and make the 9 and 8 and make 0 a 10. Now let's subtract. 10 minus 2 is 8, and then 8 minus 1 is 7. So the answer comes out to 7 and 87/100. So hopefully you got that right. How'd you do? All right, now let's check number 4. 9 and 7 hundredths plus 1 and 2 tenths with a 0 placeholder. And now this time we're adding. So 7 plus 0 is 7. 0 plus 2 is 2. And then 9 plus 1 is 10. So I'll put a 0 in the ones and a 1 in the tens place. And that's it. 10 and 27 hundredths. All right, here's our self-quiz. So let's see if you can get 100%. Pause your video, write these two problems, work them out, then restart to check your answer. Welcome back from pausing the video. Our first answer on the self-quiz, we're going to line up 19 and 5 hundredths, and we're adding 4 and 9 tenths. And now let's add. 5 plus 0 is 5, 0 plus 9 is 9, 9 plus 4 is 13, carry the 1, 1 plus 1 is 2. So the first answer was 23 and 95 hundredths. For number 6, again, let's line up our decimal points. And now we're going to subtract. 5 minus 0 is 5. Let's borrow from the 9 and make it an 8. We'll make the 0 a 10. 10 minus 9 is 1. 8 minus 4 is 4. And then there's an invisible 0 here, so 1 minus 0 is 0. So the answer for number 6 is 14 and 15 hundredths. All right, so how'd you do? Well, that's all for tonight. So remember, read some books.